Welcome back, everybody, to DLC Required, a podcast where gamers talk about gaming and whatever gamers talk about. This week is a very special episode. If you don't know what the Borderlands Hunt is, it's a community-wide event where we raise money for St. Jude Play Live. St. Jude is an organization that is committed to curing childhood cancer and other infectious diseases. Not a penny that people go through here they have to pay. St. Jude covers the flights for bringing families out here, the groceries, the childcare, the playtime. It's truly an amazing organization, and it's completely funded by our donations, and it's how we're able to keep going. The Borderlands community really rallies together and does this incredible scavenger hunt. So far in Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, and I'm hoping we get a Borderlands 4 one where we go through and try to find all the legendaries in the game. There are some rule sets just to make sure that things are even between, platforms, so console, PC, everyone has a fair shot, and the only real requirement otherwise is that you are raising money for St. Jude during this event to compete. We have Paskaroni, a friend of DLC Required, and Mystique Siren, another friend of DLC Required, coming back on to talk about some of the shenanigans we got going on over the next 10 days. This is usually like a biannual event we do. If you haven't done it before, definitely check it out. There's so many amazing streamers, and it's where you find a lot of new people and just really see the community coming together. It's where I fell in love with streaming Borderlands specifically, and really where I got to see, firsthand the impact we have with St. Jude Play Live. So get ready. It's a great episode, great week coming. A lot of sabotaging and shenanigans and head shaving and ridiculous incentives, and looking forward to seeing you there.
So, are we all ready for tomorrow?
The Hunt 2025.
I just bought so many snacks and Red Bull.
I need to do that. I have Monster. I'm making myself do Bean Boozled this year for a low thing, and I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it.
The club.
I refuse.
Have you ever done it?
Not on stream.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's an RA thing or immunocompromised thing, but
it's a reaction.
Made me ill.
I'm worried about that. I'm genuinely worried about it. The last time I've had anything like this was back when Birdie Bot's beans were first like a thing, when they're like, oh my god, we made these, and they were just Bean Boozled in a Harry Potter bag, and that was it. And so that they may quickly come off the incentive wheel, but I need some.
Yeah. I couldn't finish a hunt one year because I was physically ill from them.
That's why I won't do like the chip challenge, like any of the like high spice ones, because I'm like, my immune system won't lose it. No, my immune system could never. I think Taco Bell cheese is spicy. Like, no.
I can't eat hot food, but I've gotten better. But I've done one chip challenges that killed me. That second one, I did not. I felt physically ill. I've done the little nitro one. It was okay, but try the beans off screen. Try a couple first, just see.
I don't want to try them at all.
Well, I'd rather you try them and feel like it's not for me, opposed to doing them on stream, and then people when they get a taste for that, then they'll abuse it. And I mean, I know it.
Listen, no one believes me when I say I like genuinely cannot stand things like salt and vinegar chips or whatever. People think, oh, you're just eating a chip. I'm like, no, I'm so sensitive to some foods where I'm just like, no, I'm literally checking my Amazon order to see if they're here yet. They're out for delivery right now, so maybe we'll see it.
So the excuse you'll get, and we all know this too, but it's for the kids. It's like, shave your eyebrows, Pask. It's for the kids. Like,
no one is touching my eyebrows. No one is touching my eyebrows. No.
Last year, I had a family get together after the fact. I'm like, I cannot get those. I cannot get those cut off. And they were like, shave them. It's for the kids. You'll do it for the kids, right? I'm like, but I have family I have to see. I can shave my head. I can shave my beard. I can't lose the eyebrows. I'm not going to be penciling in eyebrows.
No.
So.
Telepath literally just yelled from across the room. She's very sensitive about her eyebrows. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I heard her. I heard him.
Like, we don't. Same with like, no one cares if I like go, I'll dye my hair. It's so much easier for guys, I feel like, because you can just like shave your head or like grow facial hair. Or if you normally have facial hair, shave it off. Like, I can't, I have headshots. I can't be like, I'm going to shave my head for $500 for St. Jude. Headshots are more than that.
It is different. And I think it, for some reason, I don't know why, it seems like for a lot of us guys, the hair grows in a lot quicker.
Yeah,
because my wife, she gets the haircut every once in a while, but it's not like where I'm constantly shaving my head. So
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit different. What would be either one of yours like limit? Like, wait, no. Have you ever thought of something like that? Has it ever gotten to that where someone's like suggested something in your stream? Because it's happened to me where I'm like, I don't know.
Somebody was like, you could shave your head, and I'm like, it was last year when I was having like hair loss issues. I was like, I'm already having hair loss issues right now, like, and that's why I couldn't dye my hair because I didn't want to mess with it because I was having those issues. I don't know, it was last year or the year before last, but I was like, I can't. And then also somebody was like, or you could like let us pick the color of your hair. I was like, I just spent $200 to
That's the thing.
my hair done.
I just spent so much fucking money doing my hair.
No.
I'm not. No.
I was like, no. I was like,
going platinum is expensive. I'm not gonna fucking no.
What? Yeah, and the thing is I do the same color every time.
Yeah.
So like I can just do the roots and then do the same color.
No, same.
If they pick green, I have to literally bleach every part of my head and try to get every bit of that other color out of there that doesn't have undertones of green.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like if someone tells you to dye red, I'm like, I'm terrified to put red back in my hair, or like black dye. Like I have stress streams of my hair being black again because it was black for so many years, and getting all that out for going blonde, nightmare. Anyway, I'm like, no.
Blue's hard to get
Blue's
out.
really hard. Yeah. Blue's really hard to get out. Yeah.
You just got to grow it out, right? Basically, or
yeah, I would just, if I ever wanted to get the blue out of my hair, I would just have to grow it out, cut the blue off.
No, it's a hard no for different things. If someone came in with like, here's $10,000 for St. Jude,
oh yeah,
and I'm paying to fix your hair after,
yes, I would 100% do it.
Yeah,
100%.
But it's I don't have the out of pocket money then to fix it after either, and I'm not doing it for like $100 for St. Jude. Like I would do a lot of things for $100 for St. Jude, but the ripple effect this would have on everything else, I can't do.
Well, there's like both commitment side too. Like if you work somewhere, if you have family commitments, you have to have a certain presentation.
You need
exactly.
I'm on calls with clients. If I suddenly don't have eyebrows, then my boss may have a problem.
You just turn yourself into a potato. That seemed to go over well on the internet that one time. So
that'd be totally fine.
You just turn yourself into a potato. You don't need eyebrows if you're a potato.
I think that you kind of kicked into something very kind of important too, that I think a lot of people don't see in the grand scheme of things. For us behind the scenes, there's a lot of money involved in kind of setting stuff up. We're just talking about food and drink and stuff, but if you look at all the other supplies that you get yourself
incentives, giveaway stuff,
it adds up after a while. And it's like, I'm going to donate some money, but then I think already on the back end, I'm already several $100s into this. So, and I think sometimes we kind of get lost. Food. The food's a big one for like 10 days.
Well, and not just the food for you to eat, but like anything that you're choosing to do as incentives. Like,
if you do like the whipped cream to the face kind of stuff, or spicy foods, or
you've got your Bean Boozled. It's every little bit adds up, and when you start to think, okay, I'm going to use maybe a small portion of this. Mm-hmm. I might not ever use the rest of it ever again because it's not something I normally do on a regular stream basis.
Or even things like maid outfit. If you go do a maid outfit, if you do a fun costume, if you do things like that, like Pask, you get a lot of use out of yours, I feel like. But like in general,
I just more than I expected. I thought it was going to be a one and done, and it's turned out I've used it several times. Even just the cosplay that I've gotten into now I'm starting to realize after our conversation last year about cosplay how bloody expensive it is to get just
cosplay is stuff. So expensive that every time someone's like, when are you doing a Claptrap cosplay? I'm like, when we hit partner, I don't know what to tell you. Are you going to pay for the Claptrap cosplay, or are you going to pay for my time it takes to make the Claptrap cosplay? No. I love it. I love it. So expensive.
That I did is a I don't know what I'm doing because I've never done it before, and B, it's like once you find out, okay, I figured out one little hurdle to make this work, 3 other things all of a sudden rear their ugly head, and you're like, oh, wait a second, I never figured out how's that mask supposed to sit on my face? How is this supposed to stay up so it looks like it's part of the Borderlands realm? It's really difficult.
I'm lucky in that aspect of I think all of those things through ahead of time, and I go, nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm just like, nope. I'm just like, my brain just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and I'm just like, oh, I can't do it. Sorry.
The prosthetic
I think
glue
you could,
alone
though.
for
You-
holding Jack pieces on my face, like the clasp and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have to get like stage grade adhesive because when you're out in the
Yeah.
sun, it's a whole thing. It's like, yeah, that alone is
Wet.
nightmare.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I mean, you
people wanted me to do try to do a Borderlands quilt for the hunt. I'm like, you don't understand how expensive
How
that
lo-
is.
And how
Like,
much
And how
time
long.
it
It would
takes.
take me.
Yeah.
And how long it would take me, how much money it would take me. Like I just got a quilt, like I got it quilted. So like I do all the piecing together, and then you have to buy the inner part of it, the filling, essentially. You have to buy the backing, a huge piece of fabric for the backing, and then you have to send it off. If you don't have a long arm, which are tens of thousands of dollars, you have to send it off to somebody who has one. And then it's about like if you pay them to bind it too, it's about like close to $200 just for that. That's not including all the work and time and money that you've put into it previously. It's
shipping
expensive.
after shipping
and
it
then
afterwards,
shipping
which
after
is
that.
that's heavy. Yeah.
It's even like
Yeah,
building a
and if it's-
prop. Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's international,
yeah.
because the person that wins it is now not in the States, because I mean, obviously, you know, there's a difference here, and I can just tell you from what I've sent out in the past, it gets expensive to say, okay, if it's all in the States, that's one thing, but if all of a sudden you cross the Canadian border, that international thing, it's like, thank you. There's already 3 sets of hands asking for some extra money. So
No,
what
I feel so
usually
bad.
do with giveaways is I usually put in stipulations. I'm like, listen, I will cover cost of shipping if it's in the United States.
Yeah.
If you choose to enter this and you are out of the country, you will have to cover the international cost of this.
Yeah.
Like you are choosing to say, I will cover the international cost of this.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'll figure that out from there.
As long as it's there that people are aware, then it should be fine. And yeah.
No, it's hard now because I have so many things. I feel so bad that I still need to mail out from like months ago from like when I moved. And I was like, hey, I have a bunch of extra like nerd stuff, who wants stuff, and just like stuff like that. Or like a big plush that's going to give away that are all sitting here boxes ready to go. But the cost it takes that I need out of pocket to go to the post office to do that, to ship all the stuff, like it gets so expensive. And it just
it does. And it's not one of those things where it's, you know, out of the realm of possibilities, and we like to do that kind of stuff. It's just we're trying to do it so it doesn't kill us on the back end, which
that's what we like doing it. Yeah,
we like doing the fun stuff. It's just how do we do it within our means so we're not, you know, killing ourselves, especially in this day and age where everything seems to be up and up and up, and we still have to pay bills and everything else in between the fun stuff that is, you know, charity fundraising. And I think, you know, in the grand scheme of things, sometimes it is just the simplistic things that people really do like. It's the pie in the face. It is this. I mean, for me, I can shave my head. I know it's going to come back, and it doesn't cost me a lot of much other than, you know, the embarrassment of all of a sudden looking very, very shiny for a few days. But but there's the simple things sometimes are the biggest things, and it's instant gratification for a lot of people as well. That pie to the face, if seeing Wildcat getting his daughter to do his makeup, or I know Thumbs just had his done not too long ago. There's some things that you guys, you know, people can do, and it's not expensive. Yeah, it's you're gonna get a couple of good laughs from people, but in the end, it's not breaking the bank either, and it's giving people, you know, that little bit of fun that I think we're all looking for.
No, absolutely. So, I think that's the thing.
I did a pie in the face last year.
Yeah, I think I did it like 2 months ago, and it was one of those I had to like say for in a stream. I'm like, if you're gonna make me keep redoing my makeup and pieing in the face, I was like, okay, let's stack these at the end if there's like a couple of them, because it just became a thing for a minute. But
I did it at the end of stream. I was like, we're doing this at the end of stream if we hit this goal, just so you know.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not gonna sit here with pie in my hair.
At the beginning.
No, especially because this year I have an incentive that if like during stream, if someone donates like X amount of money, I think I have it set at something absurd like $200 or something for an individual dono, then I have to immediately get in my Handsome Jack makeup and finish a stream as Handsome Jack. And so if I'm doing stuff like that and taking pies to the face and then having to redo that makeup, we're just never hunting, we're never gaming. It's not going to be a thing. But no, I think that's a good point, because it's like we talk a lot about just like as creators, like how much stuff is back in, but like with things like the hunt where people are like afraid to get started or get involved, or afraid no one's gonna watch, like it's so many, like just having the dono thing up, having a Tiltify up, and like playing Borderlands is enough for this sometimes because this community rallies around this event so hard and I love it. But it's like fun getting to go raid like these smaller, you know, communities and find new people who are doing some crazy incentives sometimes. Like people are crazy creative on stuff that like doesn't require a budget. And like you said, like it's sometimes like someone's no, not me. I suck at thinking of this.
I'm not creative at all.
I'm literally Googling like what am I not thinking of for incidents right now? Like what do I have? I'm like, I'll do my makeup on stream. Can I do my makeup? But like no, it's not.
Nobody wants to see that.
No one wants to see that.
To see me do my own makeup.
And so it's like, but if you're a guy on stream and you're sitting there and be like, yeah, if for $20 for St. Jude, I'll, you know, put on lipstick. I'll like do the thing. Like people will come do that stuff and it's costs nothing. Oh my god, this cat is screaming right now. He's like, yes, say it, St. Jude, baby. But yeah, no, people get so creative. And I'm not one of those people. And I genuinely think just kind of hitting start and doing it and like getting over the first few days of that like intimidation of it is such a big part of it. Because the first hunt is when I think I really like my first hunt is where I really fell in love with streaming, especially too, because the community was just such a specific energy and I was like, oh, I love it here.
Well,
my
if you
first
think
hunt was
go ahead.
10 times. Sorry, no, my first hunt was 10. This will be my 10th hunt.
Hell yeah.
And like I think my first hunt was like it was before Borderlands 3 released. It was in Borderlands 2 is when Gathalion I think was still running it and stuff. Like I fell in love with the hunt. Like even though I only raised like a couple $100 and didn't even get close to like 300 points. Like I still had so much fun and I've only done better like each year. And so that's all like that. I just, you know, have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, look at how, you both said origins, right? If you think back to what you started off, the intimidation of that first hunt, I didn't even do my first hunt. The first one I wanted to do, I chickened out because I was so scared of not hitting anything. What if nobody donates? And that was the big trip up. I would be like a failure. It's almost like we treat the donation part, the charity drive part, as part of the game itself. I'm not going to win the end game, which is a set goal in my mind, because I don't feel like I've got enough. And unfortunately, that's that hurdle that everybody has to jump, where really it's just going out there and just playing. Because that's all basically what I did. I didn't have a lot of initiatives like I do now. If I look at what I did then and now, it's completely two separate ends of the stick.
Yeah.
And it's now I'm to the point where I have things I will not put on this. I have them on the board for the next one because I feel like they're too big. And I want to wait until it's Borderlands 4 because I feel like that would be the bigger bang for everybody's buck, because it'll be a new game and it'll be more exciting instead of 2. So I've actually pushed myself back a little bit and said, I'm going to be doing some fun things, but I'm actually got a bigger thing that I'm waiting for the next hunt. And it's going to be something I'm already working on right now. So yeah, the first ones, I chickened out on the first one. I just played the game and I didn't do it. And I was regretting it. And
a lot of people have like come into chats and stuff and they're like, oh, well, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, ask questions. Every single person that's partook in the hunt.
English.
Like, yeah, I know English. Yeah. Right. They know what they're doing or have some, idea of what they're doing. Just asking the questions, like no one is going to get mad at you if you come into their stream during the hunt and you ask questions about how to get started and how to start raising money and how to do this and how to do that. We're going to get you all of the information that you need to potentially get started. Like it like somebody said like, oh, well, it sounds fun, but it seems like it's too much work. I'm like, all it is creating a Tiltify campaign, putting the overlay up and playing the game and just following the rules like that. If that's the least that you do, that's fine. That is A-okay. Like as long as you're raising money, whether it's $1, if it's $100, or if it's $10,000, doesn't matter. Like each little bit counts.
And I think the biggest thing that we can do, even aside from knowledge, is just showing them how much fun it is. If people see what we're doing, it's that next wave that drops down and says, okay, that up and coming person like Monarchy a year and a half ago, he started during the hunt. He never was a Borderlands streamer until it was August 23. And all of a sudden there was this name being whispered out on this Monarchy fellow. So I went and raided him afterwards because they were saying he was up and coming. And I think that's where people, it's just watching a Mystique. It's watching a Speaking Lion that's doing it. And people get that last little bit of a push to say, okay, I'm going to go down that hill and I'm going to slide down it as well, because they want to do it, but there's an intimidation. But if you see somebody smiling and having a lot of fun doing something outside of just playing a video game, that's what they need. They just need that final little push so they can kind of go their own way. And who knows, they might have something that instead of, we're talking about like shaving heads or coloring hair or something, they might bring something completely new to the table. And it's all of us that have been doing this for many years over. They're going, oh, that looks awesome. I actually want to do that myself on the next hunt. So
and don't be afraid to like see what we're doing and do it as well.
Oh my God, copy ideas. This is not
copy, take. Like earlier, past his little icon, we had the glow around it. I said, I want you to send that to me. I don't care if you don't want to send it to me.
No,
I said, I want that.
Right
give
during
it to
my stream,
me.
I did. Yeah.
That's the thing.
So it's just like, because he made it stand out a little bit more. Like he just put a glow behind it, and I was like, how do you do that? I want to do that. I'm not good at Photoshop. Give it to me. So it's just So
that's the thing. I feel like so many people can look at it.
Questions.
So many people can look at it like a competition. It makes sense because it is, built as a competition scavenger hunt. But like streaming in the community as a whole, like we're not stealing from other people, and like it's such a small knit community, like as it's go ahead.
People ask me, oh, can I steal your question of the day? I'm like, it's not mine. I stole it from somebody else. Go ahead.
We all have random fucking ideas
than I do, and I'm going to steal your question that 2 weeks from now. So
an incentive I thought of for this hunt that I don't know if it's going to be good at all, if people are going to use it at all, but if it works, I swear to God, it's going to take off. And it's just because I'm a D&D nerd.
Right now. Okay, what is it?
It's literally, I think I have it on like the $2 one or something like that to be like an easy gamble. But literally, I roll a D20. If it's a 1, I have to throw away any legendary they tell me to, and if it's a 20, then I get to add it back to my points. Like I'll go back and like reclaim it if it's done there. So it's just like a little gamble people can do. So it's not just like, oh, you have to throw this off the cliff at this thing, or this once we hit this, or this higher dono. Like it's a 5% chance at that point. Is it going to do it? Like who knows?
So if you hit a 1, you have to take it off of your point total.
Yeah.
If it's a 20,
I re-add it, assuming I've like lost one. Yeah.
And so if somebody does, if I donate you $2 right now and nobody's done that yet, and you roll a 20, then you're just safe.
Then I'm safe from the next one. Yeah.
Above a 1.
Yeah.
If you roll anything above a 1, you're safe.
Yeah. But then if you have had to get rid of anything, then you reclaim it on the 20 kind of thing. Like and so it's just a dumb little gamble where people can just be like, if you're like grinding for like that 1 pearl, and they're just like, fuck you, man. Like, why not? Like, it's $2. And like, if you play D&D, they get to choose what it is. And so that's the thing.
The Cobra.
But that's the thing. What if I got a world drop pitchfork or something that I didn't want to have to go raid boss farm? And now that world drops are allowed, and here's the thing. And now that's what they throw away. I'm going to try to get that 20 again. I'm going to be like, no, fuck you. I'm getting this back. And that's different from like, okay, threw it off the cliff. We hit this. We restart the hunt. It's something that can be ongoing, kind of gamble with yourself throughout. And that's the thing. It may not work, but if so, oh my God, it's going to be so fun. And so it's those things. Yeah.
So like Paskaroni, so she talked about one of her incentives. What's one incentive that you can go ahead and talk about? I know you're revealing your stuff.
Well, remember, this is going to air after we're live anyway.
Yes.
So
is it Milestone, or because I have my instance? So I have my instance. So I have my 5, 10, 25, 50, and 200. My 200 is anybody over 200. I did the art cards. My brother is an illustrator, so he had 3 art cards.
Hell yeah.
So the 3 people got that. This year I'm asking to do a poster. So it'll be a one-off poster of Borderlands, his work. I will color it, but I'll be sending it out with some Canadian stuff in a box and mailing it off to lucky winners. So those are instants. My milestone side, those are the ones when we hit certain plateaus. I do know that one of mine is Kelly Clarkson Part 2.
Okay, but we don't know where that's at. So
we don't know where that's at.
Nice little, hey, it's in there somewhere, but you got to donate enough to figure out where it's at.
That's cool.
I asked my chat and they said, yes, we did a little vote, and I'm going to keep, instead of showcasing all my milestones, I have a slider, and every time we hit the next one, I slide it over to reveal the next one to go after. So I keep it.
I've been debating doing that this year because like I feel like my community just like doesn't latch onto like the overall. They want to see me drunk. That's it. Like they want to be like, where's this one on there? We hear a lot about Margarita Lion, but we don't see Margarita Lion basically. And so like the incentives I feel like are more exciting if you don't know like what those milestones are, unless it's like we know there's a giveaway at 1,000. We know at 1,500 it's something for the community. It's, you know, whatever.
And I think what it does is it also helps you as the streamer keep some of the big ticket items. If you don't hit it, whatever you land on,
be able to use it next time.
You can use it for the next one. And it's not out there in the ether already. So it keeps it a mystery that way. And then you've got something that you can build on for the, and I think after, like, I know Mystique, you said you've done 10. I think I've done 7 or 8 at this point. Maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. You kind of know where your rise and fall is when it comes to that. So you kind of know where your boundaries are. I kind of know where I can hit certain levels and I can be safe. And then I want to extend it because you don't want to feel like I'm done. I've hit the ceiling. You always have to have that extra one. I know, Mystique, it was the one where you were like, oh, we went way over that. I'm scrambling now to try and I got to add something else to the mix on the fly.
I was coming up with like random ideas, and I was like, this was last Borderlands 2 hunt, and
you killed it last time. Yeah.
Oh gosh, we got all the way up to like 4K, and at like I think we were at like 3,500, and I was like, guys, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to do.
Tell me what you want.
I was like, dude, I've always wanted a Borderlands tattoo. I was like, but I don't have the money to do that. Like, I was like, and then my mod just shows up, like puff of smoke, like shows up and goes, hey, I will fund that tattoo. And I said, okay. And he's like, I'll fund it. And then he later claimed, confided to me that he doesn't have tattoos and he doesn't know how much tattoos are.
Oh my God.
And he was like, and so my friend was just like, I would say you can get a nice tattoo around like that with the size that you want and the details you want around like $300 range, like at max. And he was like, that's fine. I'll do that. It was great. I still have yet to get the tattoo because we hit that goal. I still have yet to get the tattoo because that is something permanent, and like I want to make sure
the right artist,
the right artist, the right design that I want to do. I've changed the ideas in my head 15 million times.
Well, the right artist will bring it to life too. Like when I went in for my big Helios one, which was so expensive, but I literally was like, I want.
Badass.
Well, that's the thing. And I was like, I want Helios, and I know I want it kind of like this. And then the day of the appointment, because like artists don't really show you beforehand because you can just run off to different artists kind of stuff and like whatever. So it's that consultation kind of, conversation. Yeah. So I got there and I was like, okay, I have no idea what this is going to look like. I have no idea what the vision is. And I expected just Helios on it. And so when it had everything else around it, I was just thinking like, this is better. I never would have thought of this like this. And he did so much research on the game and all this stuff. And it was just like a long ass appointment thing there, but it was so worth it. And so worth waiting that long and the money and things like that. So yeah, I thought of like, okay, well, like if we hit a crazy amount of money, what Borderlands tattoo I get, but I don't want it to be like, okay, what dumb Borderlands thing do you want me to get twerking claptrap on my body forever? Like, what are we doing? So it's the slippery slope of, I do pretty much anything for this fundraiser because genuinely love it and so believe in what St. Jude is doing. And also chat is going to be mean to me if I let them be mean to me. So
is
I
that
have nice
yours?
And bad incentives on mine.
Is that yours?
I have both. Yeah.
Was that your bad tattoo? Because they still want me to get a Bacon Infinity tramp stamp, and that's never going to happen.
Yep. I think people would pay a lot of money, lose their minds, if I got a sexual claptrap tattoo.
Yeah,
my chat is simple, man.
Oh no, I know most of your chat.
I got dragged so hard by my own fucking mod the other day on stream because someone casually was like, hey, like, you want to demonstrate the difference between choking and strangulation, which is a handsome Jack thing, right? And I went, I think if I'm going to start doing choking content on the internet, that may be like a paywall thing. That may be like a different, that's a different kind of content. And then Dwarvo, who had been in lurk saying nothing the whole time, comes out of nowhere to go, Lang, you play Borderlands 2 and choke all the time. We've seen you choke on stream for years. And I was like,
nice.
Okay. And then he went back to lurk.
Damn.
So yours are offering to pay for tattoos. Mine are reminding them that I choke for free on mine. In Borderlands, the game I'm supposed to be good at. It was great. It was hilarious. He messaged me after. He's like, sorry. I'm like, no, it was fucking funny. It was just out of pocket as fuck.
So what is the if I was to ask you both individually, what is your anticipation after 10 days of this hunt? Where do you see yourself at the end of it?
Hopefully drunk. Sorry, that came from my soul.
That's okay. Look, it takes a lot of you. I don't know your schedule. I know, Mystique, you're kind of in the same boat as me where, Lion, you still have work to do during the hunt,
don't remind me. I do, unfortunately. Okay. I have.
So so that answer is completely fair. But I mean, because it's after 10 days, I plan on doing 12-hour 10 days. I get warped. So by that Sunday, we just have our little musical thing, and then at the end, I feel like I've hit that rope and that ticker rope that says the finish line, and I can like break through it, and then there's that euphoria at the end. So what do you guys experience at the end of it, or what do you see yourself experiencing at the end of 10 days?
Well, last year, when I was, the end of the hunt for me was hubby farming. And
always is
the Fight for Sanctuary DLC, and I was adding songs that anybody wanted me to listen to while I was just there's clips of me like yelling at the tubbies saying that I was coming for the booty. I was so out of it by that point because I had streamed I was streaming until midnight because it was the last day. I was trying to get as many points as possible, and I was just yelling at these tubbies anytime I'd see one, and it was just, I felt like it was crazy. It was kind of almost, it was like euphoric, and I was just like,
sleep deprivation.
It was, it had to have been the sleep, not getting a lot of sleep. Had to have been the energy drinks. It was just, and then just vibing to the music. I was listening to, we were doing song requests and stuff. And it was just, it was super fun. And it was, when it was over, I was just it was almost a relief that I was done and we had hit what we hit. Was I angry that I didn't, finish? No. It would have been cool, but and I could say finally that I finished a Borderlands 2 hunt, but I kind of just knew. I was I'm not gonna finish, but I was I'm gonna keep going as long as I humanly possibly can, I can. So
yeah.
But it was just a lot of just blurting random bullshit out of my mouth for the last 5 hours.
It becomes unfiltered. After
it becomes
unfiltered.
I think it starts unfiltered when you have to go the week. I just what are we doing here? I feel I last 30 minutes non
do you not
more
do you not do you don't do a Speaking Lion stream on day one, but it transmorphs into it's a roller coaster ride where you're going to have those euphoric highs of getting certain RNG, and then you're going to have those lows, or a huge dono comes in and you're like, yes, I'm on top of the world. And then the reality comes back in of sleep deprivation, really crappy eating, not really hydrated enough. You know what I mean? And then wishy-washy.
So it's going to be interesting because this time I do have I still have a job, but because of I don't even know what's going on with, economy and work and clients and things are question marks. I have a daily kind of goal where if we hit $100 that day, I extend the stream by an hour. If we hit like 200, then I stream the next day kind of thing. And I'm going to make sure that like I get more days in because I've been sick and things like that. So just like to keep it going and get this more days in. So I may burn out way quicker. But I remember a few hunts ago, you came in when I was trying to farm. It was I trying to get the commerce or the dog? I was losing my mind. It was in the Assassinate the Assassins mission, and you came in for something, and all I needed was that. And I got so frustrated. I kept getting up and changing my clothes because I was like, this is a bad vibe. This isn't it. Like, different hat. This is bad luck. Like, I was manic. Like, it doesn't. And you came in and were like, what are we looking for? And I was like, it's fine. Like, it is one of the more played clips when I go look through my manager of just me being like,
emotion. It was raw.
Yeah, it gets raw. And so I don't know. There have been hunts where I genuinely am like, everything I touch is cursed and I'm the problem. And this isn't dropping and this is statistically impossible. Like one hunt, I remember farming for the hornet. Like literally, like I was like knuckle dragger, kind of like farming, sitting here. And it was over an hour. And Jolts had popped in for something and was like, are you XP farming? I'm like, no, I'm trying to get a drop. He goes, this whole time? And I'm like, yes, because it's not dropping. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I lose it. So whether or not we're going to see, we start with speaking Lion and then we turn into Lion and then we turn into Carly by the end of it. And I'm just losing my mind. I don't know. Who knows?
So you just be pantomiming things by the end of it. So
yeah, I've debated putting on because like I keep a lot separate and I have a lot very like locked behind like this is like I'm an actor, I'm a writer. There's that. I'm not sitting here being like look at my stuff. You know, I've debated having bad acting clips from really bad movies I've done as part of incentive or punishment things in there because I've just been like,
please.
There's one that's like famous between my friends from this like really questionable movie that I did, but it was a live stunt where I had to, I say stunt loosely, and I think Mystique here will appreciate the RA of this moment, but I was in the car and I had to be pushed out of the car and fall onto gravel of the car to drive away, and I had to get up, and so they cut to me being pushed out of this car, but it was like on my own, so I had to like make myself fall on the gravel, so you see me just kind of like on all fours kind of like turn and try to like roll this gravel, and it's so bad. And then my amazing line after it is, I just needed one, you fucking fuck, is what I yell at the car as it drives away. And it is cinematic. It's an experience, honestly. And it's one I only show people when I'm drunk. But at this point, hey, for the kids, like
that needs to be included.
Like me getting out of bed every day.
Honestly, yeah, that's the thing. Dude, we're recording with my cane behind me. Like, yeah, 100%.
You fucking fuck.
No, 100%. I just need my knee to bend, you fucking fuck. Like, I know that's all I need. And so it was a movie that literally, when Telepath and their friends were watching it back when they were in college like years ago, because it had like been a thing. I was like, no, I'm not. This is not the. Do not get me started on this experience. No. And it was after the Super Bowl, and people were like, no, like we need to watch it. And they decided to make a drinking game after it. And there were just a couple rules in it because I was like, it is not worth it, whatever. And one of them was every time Carly says fuck, we have to drink. And someone got up, went to the bathroom for about 45 seconds and came back and said, how many did I miss? And he looks up and goes, 7. And like it is
7 and 45 seconds.
Yeah, like it was granted it was just the right timing of that moment. There was more dialogue than normal in that, but it just either way, if we get desperate enough, if we hit some crazy goals, if we do some stuff, we may the unfiltered me may pop off.
Yeah. Everybody always says like do a swear jar. I was like, I will go into debt.
I will go into debt. I can't do it.
I can't do a swear jar.
Do a swear jar. I can't.
No. I can't.
I literally physically cannot do a swear jar.
I cannot afford it. No.
Nope.
Would love to.
I would literally be paying off of it for 20 years.
How about this?
Off it for 20 years.
Compliments jar, because that will be empty in mine.
Yeah, compliments jar I can totally do. I do have, if you donate $10, I have to say something nice about Claptrap. Because Chad knows I fucking hate Claptrap. Well, and so a couple of them will spam that as we go. And that one worked last time.
I could do one for Ava because everybody always comes into my chat and saying how Ava's the greatest siren of all time. And I always just shake my head. And so I should do like a $10 if
it's
you
the perfect amount
and choose this this, I will say Ava is the greatest siren of all time.
No, it's a perfect amount for something like that.
Nice things.
Because you have to.
Okay, so yours is Ava. Mm-hmm. Yours is Claptrap.
Yours is Tanis.
Yes. Do it. I'm telling you, $10 compliments for the thing that people come in and troll you about.
Oh,
That's
God,
it.
$10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
It's so worth it.
I gotta write it down. Oh,
Darn it.
I gotta write it down. Hold on.
I gotta fire up Photoshop right now. I gotta go change some of my graphics now.
Yep. What other? Okay, so like I'm doing. So I do have like $1. It's just $1, and it's a dedicate your donation. It just lets somebody dedicate their donation because it's text to speech, obviously, and it's just like you get to just write a story if you would like. And
that's cool.
The donation to whoever they want to do is like it was just like something I was just like because some people. Just they don't want to hinder me or anything in game. They just want to
that's
tell
a good
story.
That's a good point because there's been a couple times where like I've been taken back. You get used to like the same shenanigans from your crew, and then you'll get the one person that pops in and they're there. Like they might not be a regular, but they popped in especially because of what we're doing right now. And I have like at first I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to read this like it's like one of the other jokesters. It was actually a very poetic, very heartfelt. One case was their younger brother was actually helped by St. Jude, and I was taken back by that. And it was like one of those things where like you're always waiting for the shield to go up because you're thinking someone's going to rip you,
troll you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this turned out to be completely on the heartfelt end. And it was like, I mean, like, here I'm like, don't look, just look up and don't blink and you won't start crying because I'm like, I don't want to start crying on this. But it's one of those things where like you start getting that emotion, that raw emotion. And we know from, last year, hearing those heartfelts that like, at the end of the day, we're playing a video game, but this really is for 10 days helping out a lot of kids in need. So, I mean, once you get to that realm, it's like, okay, now we can come back to reality. We're doing this for a good reason. It's not just all, shits and giggles. So
when I was at the Gearbox premiere of the movie in Texas, it was like after, and it was like in a like historic Dallas theater, but it was like really small. And so it was just like one of those like people were like going through the bar trying to like talk for a minute and make space kind of thing. And I'd been approached by someone. They're like, "Are you speaking Lion?" And I was like, yes. And it was someone who worked for Gearbox, and they were like talking about like the fundraising we do for St. Jude, and like talking about like how important it was and like things. So they're like, I don't know if you remember, I commented on a post a while ago and like things like that, and like told me like part of his story and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, Charlie, of course I remember. Like it was just like the most out of nowhere, like of all the things I like, it's, if I ever get recognized for anything, it's a Jack thing, right? Like it's just, oh yeah, you're handsome Jack. That's cool. I've seen your Jack before, and I'm still like, what the hell? That's weird. Okay, like please tell me that. My ego needs it, but also I don't expect that. But like to be like, oh, what you guys do for St. Jude, I was like, holy shit! Like this is real. This is like actual tangible people who like experience this and use this. Like it's so easy to forget and like have those like degrees of removal from like what we're doing. I think when it's community wide, but it's like, within even just like the Gearbox team, there are people who are affected and have had this kind of experience. And it's just incredible to think about that. Like truly our biggest event of the year is just like a bunch of us being nerds and being competitive and getting together and trying to make fun of ourselves to raise money for kids. And it's, I don't know. I think it's really fucking cool. And I hope more communities get inspired to do their own.
Maybe that's the challenge for us too, is to try and bridge that gap. So it's not just a bunch of people going, oh, they're just playing Borderlands. There is a donation side to it, but there's not that bridge that actually connects the face of St. Jude Play Live, or the kids that are affected, or the groups, the communities that are being affected. Because I mean, if you look at the medical side of it, the research side of it, where they are helping other medical areas across not just the United States, but across the world. I think maybe that's where we need to do a little bit more so we can address that to people and they realize, hey, this is a lot bigger than just playing a video game and eat some Bean Boozled beans or, whatever we have as challenges. There's a reason behind why we're doing it. And this is the reason why, so they can actually see where the difference is being made. Because I think sometimes once the 10 days are done, we kind of all go back to our own thing. And I think people maybe that are watching us don't see that natural progression into why we're doing it. They don't see we'll show a video. I might say, I'll say some stats in that from the media package, but maybe there's that next step of connection so they can actually see what is being done and who it's being affected by. So I don't know.
No, yeah, for sure. I think it's even things like saying that, I think it's the 1,500 mark is 1 day of chemo is how you can like tier it in the till to 5 when you're doing the, claim this like $5 is a no more chemo party, break it down, and like the actual like saying that like, oh, hey, like this is, food for families for a day, or like, hey, it's a no more chemo party. Like it can just feel like words sometimes when you're talking about it, or like people also like the red wagon, like people don't realize how useful those are. So just like, oh, people have a wagon, kids have a wagon, cool, versus like, no, this is like life-changing for a lot of people and utility and things like that. And it's so difficult to not like, you don't want to feel preachy, and you don't want to like, feel like it's just a canned response, but like so much of what we're doing, like the people who are like fundraising for this in this event genuinely do care and believe in St. Jude. Like they so deeply want to do right by this charity and fundraise for this and spread that message. And I think that's the exciting thing for me, is like I was always like, yeah, St. Jude, I have a positive association within my head, like that's a good charity, obviously, like we see a lot of it on TV and kind of move on. And it wasn't until I started doing the hunt where it like kind of sunk in, like exactly like every dollar, every $5, every little thing's like, oh, that's tangible in my brain now. And it like something just like flipped it, rather than I'm fundraising for charity to like, no, we're funding St. Jude. And that's crazy.
Yep.
I will look at it from the basis of having both my daughters very healthy growing up and raising 2 kids that I didn't have to worry. I didn't have those mindsets of what's the next step to get them healthy again. And I can't even fathom put myself in a parent's shoes like that. But to hear those stories of like, they've tried and they don't know what the question mark is, what's next. And then to have somebody come in from St. Jude and say, look, not only are we going to help you or help your child with, leukemia, you're going to be here with us for a while. And during that time, you might need a night off. So, you can kind of take it easy. You don't have to stress all the time. You can get your hair done at the hair salon, because you're still going to need to be a person yourself. There's all these little things that when you start to add them up, it's more than just the
paying
medical
for cancer treatment. Yeah.
It's so many other little things that we take for granted that are just maybe not exposed to a certain level. And maybe that's something I need to add a little bit more discussion on that end, opposed to just being a goofy hunt, which I love to do, but there's a little bit more education to it as well. So
I think it's how people talk to their audience is always, unique to how your community is, and what resonates, and people naturally want to look in more to stuff. But like to your point of like, you have, daughters you've never had to worry about this with, and like me growing up with autoimmune disease my whole life, and like how fucked I would have been without childhood healthcare, and how fucked I am now without healthcare. Like I've had like grown adults who don't know. They're like, you do work with St. Jude. Can't they like figure out something? I'm like, that's not how this works. Like, that's not how it works. But like, because of that, because how impacted I am of like how different that would be and how challenging that would be, like my perspective of it is different. But because of that, it's also more commonplace. And it's very much like, I don't find myself being like, yeah, like, well, yeah, I grew up, like, I'll say something, people are like, that's a trauma dump, like, holy shit. And I'm like, oh no, that was just my life. That was, that was just casual for me. Yeah. And for you, it's like, oh my God, I can't imagine, my daughter going through that. It means very much like, I can't imagine, not making kind of a joke about my health growing up, because it was just like the way to like move on and fit in and be like, oh yeah, you guys jump off the edge of the pool, I'll find the ladder kind of stuff, or like little things like that, versus like intense medications I was on. Like I would remember I was like 9 and I was on methotrexate, and I was on it since I was like 3 at that point, but on and off. But yeah, it's like, and that's one of the cancer meds. And so there's a lot of like, autoimmune stuff and just different things you have to deal with. But I remember they told me I was on a dose that like what like a 350-pound linebacker would be on for a torn ACL kind of thing. And so they're like, so you have to be like really careful with this, and this exposure, like this is a really high dose, so it might not work. And it's stuff that I've had to always think about my whole life. And so like now when I'm like in a very bad flare up and my health's not great, and it's why I miss last stream days, like health just sucks, but it's so much more just like commonplace. And I remember one day when I was 20, I was on the couch and I like had I feel like this sounds crazy to people who like don't know, but again, Mystique, I feel like you'll get it. I had to like manually move my knee like to straighten my leg kind of thing. And I was just sitting there and I was like, okay, like I need to like straighten my leg on the couch and I can't. So I was like trying to work it with my hand to just straighten my leg. And something clicked where I was like, this isn't normal. Like you're 20. And this was, over 10 years ago at this point, just being like, oh, you need to like do something about that. And so I think when you're so desensitized to some stuff, sometimes it's hard to realize that like the impact that even just talking about or the exposure that people have, like people don't have exposure to this kind of stuff. So me hearing like this is paying for people to like be able to go get their hair done so they, can still have mental health for themselves while their kids are going through this thing. Like it's something that I'm like, yeah, of course it's amazing. But then there are people who are like, I wouldn't even think about the fact that parents would have to eat through this and stuff like that. Like it's just so many different layers. And like, it's hard to be like, I don't want to like feel like I'm preaching and I don't want to like explaining things you already know, but also like people don't know what they don't know. Like when we went to St. Jude campus last year, it was like so much that I was just like, I knew this, but also didn't process the fact that be like, here's your next day flight. Here's this. Here's your rent. You can still work because you need to pay your other bills. So let's take care of this. And then childcare and all the little things add up outside of just healthcare treatment that I was like, I knew that conceptually. And I knew that like, if you said it doesn't surprise me, but just seeing it painted like that, I was like, holy fuck. Like this is needed. What we're doing is needed.
And I think that's where maybe where somebody might come in, the first timers, and we all get it. Our communities, you'll get the person that says, we know that they're streamers and they might be new at it, but they'll always come in. It's the same thing. It's like, I'm afraid it's only going to be $5-10. And I always say that's $5 or $10 more than they had prior to, going live that stream. So I always think of it as if there is that gap, what we were talking about, that the education gap of the realities of everything. I think that's where, if we can kind of bridge, that's the gap that we need to bridge, to say that $5-10, that is that
you're letting parents get groceries for a week.
Wagon. Yeah, that's helping with groceries. That's helping keep the lights on in the family wings. That's so that there's translators that can intercept the families that come in from other places on this globe, and they can talk to them so they can reassure them that the procedures are going to go on, and then the parents are in the know, opposed to not knowing a single word of English. So, or
even things like the craft room or stuff, or like the fact that they have like little weekly D&D sessions that they try to schedule in their chemo and stuff to like give the kids something to do other than being a sick terminal kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
The art classes, the music, that's just them being kids.
The founder said, they would rather have 1 million people donate $1 than one person donate $1 million. I think it's the same thing. I would rather have, hundreds of streamers raising money, a little bit of money, rather than just one streamer.
Yeah, I don't want to be the streamer making, here's $1 million, here you go. I want, like, the Borderlands community is one of the top Tiltify St. Jude, like, fundraisers. Like, our community, and that's not even including all the hunts, because we weren't on Tiltify for the first, like in that campaign specific, we weren't on there for the first few, and we're still like in the top 10. We may even be in the top 5. I don't remember where it landed last year, but like that's a big deal. We're not like an Overwatch, Fortnite size community. Like this isn't. This is a group of 100 people. When we have a bunch of these streams popping up doing stuff, and that $20 adds up. Like the money we were been able to raise. Like I remember telling some of the nurses there last year when we were walking around, we had our shirts on when we were doing the campus tour, and a couple were on lunch and they were like, what is Play Live? Like they just, because they're in the research, they don't know this stuff. And like we stopped to like tell them, and like we were talking about how much money overall, like since Play Live started, had raised and things like that. And their faces, like they were getting emotional. They were like, oh my God, like you just do that. That's just something you guys just do because you want to do it. Like it was just insane to see in real time, like how significant that was to people actually doing the work there. And it just,
when the hotel that we were in last year, we were all in the lobby, mingling and all that stuff. And there's just, normal people that were staying in the hotel. They probably thought we were crazy, but they asked me, they were like, what are all these people? Like, what are all you guys doing here with all the lanyards? And I was like, we're all the like content creators, streamers, gamers that have been invited out to St. Jude. as a whole gaming community, we've raised millions and millions of dollars for St. Jude, and they just went, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" Like they had no idea that we existed, and it was a dad or a grandpa or something, but they were like, "Thank you." They thanked me. I'm a water droplet in a bucket compared to some people who've raised money, but they still was like, "Thank you." Like they didn't care how much I'd raised. They just know I had put effort and put put time into helping St. Jude and raising money for St. Jude. And they were just like, "Thank you." Like we love St. Jude around here. We're locals. We were just coming in here to have some drinks, and we
look at the ducks.
Everything. Yeah, look at the ducks. Yeah, there was ducks in the lobby, and they were like, we were just here to hang out and have some drinks and just, I guess, vibe, and they were like, "Thank you. That is amazing. We love St. Jude around here. It's a great thing in this city." And I just thought that was really cool too. Like people that don't game don't understand like that.
Yeah,
the stuff that we do.
There's a preconceived notion of a gamer. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think we do a good enough job of trying to sell the win-win? Because I try to a lot with the win-win, which is when a streamer, there's benefits as the streamer. So it's not just we're doing this for St. Jude. Of course we're doing this for St. Jude, but we're also, there is a limitation. Like there's something that we're going to get out of it. And that's part of that scenario that I like to try and convince people. If you're on the fence to trying to stream for a charity, it doesn't have to be St. Jude. It could be whatever. But in our area, we're always trying to bring the Borderlands folks into our campaign. And I think sometimes maybe it's just the fact that we don't have that hook to say you're going to get so much more out of it because you're going to expand, especially again, fresh people in the community that have never streamed before, or maybe they're just a first time streamer. That's where we're going to bring you into the fold as part of the Borderlands community. You're going to get more people that are going to now know who you are as a streamer, and you're going to grow your community because of it. So are we doing enough to try and maybe get that next wave of people in? Because it can't always be the same group. It's got for this to work, it's got to involve more people. So we have to bring more into the fold. So I don't know if So I don't know if we're doing we have to sell on the side of St. Jude Play Live, but we also, in a way, we have to sell on behalf of the Borderlands community group, saying, "Hey, if you're leaning towards it, here's why." And I've always been trying to tell them about the growth that you can gain, because for me, it's how it happened over especially the last 2 years. I've seen huge growth just on the charity side of it alone, not just the day-to-day, but just the charity side.
Yeah, like during hunts, like the growth I get just in followers and stuff, and just, people that didn't know I existed, but they were like, "Oh, you do
checking out the directory."
Yeah. There's like, why is there so many people playing Borderlands 2 right now or Borderlands 3 right now? And you're like, "Oh, we're raising money. We're doing this scavenger hunt. We're raising money for St. Jude, and and we're doing crazy incentives, and we're doing milestones, and we're doing all this." And I have people that are still around in my chat 6 months later after our last our Borderlands 3 hunt, and they have stuck around this whole time, and they found me because of the hunt, and they're loyal viewers now. And it's just, for me, that is huge. I mean, I've been streaming for a while. I didn't have always full timed, and because of my health, like with Lion, like we don't know when we're going to be able to hit the go live button, because sometimes we just can't because of our health. And like, I literally, there's been times where like I've been really bad in a flare up, or I've been really not felt great during hunts. And I'm like, no, nothing is going to stop me. I don't even care if I'm throwing up.
I had COVID last time. I took me a few days to get started, but it was one of those, I can't miss it.
No, I can't. Well, 1 year. So everybody knows my woes with Spectrum.
Yes.
So, yes, right. Everyone knows my woes with Spectrum. There was one, it was back before I met you guys. It was like my second hunt or something, or whatever. and I was having these internet issues, and it was doing it during the hunt. And I was like, they came out on like the second day of the hunt, and they were like, well, we can't get anybody out here until like Tuesday of next week. And I'm like, I am doing a charity event. Like, I was like, I was like, can you, I was like, please, I begged them. I literally begged them. I said, please, I was like, I'm doing a charity event for St. Jude. I was like, this is my, I had a lot of stuff planned. Like, I have to have usable internet for this. And they literally called somebody. This guy came out in the pouring rain and climbed that pole and fixed my internet.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go
And,
Spectrum
if
for
it
like
would've been
once.
for that guy, I wouldn't have been able to do anything and raise any money. And so like I begged. I literally like begged them on my knees almost, like to please, like, so it's just, yeah. I try my best to always make every single hunt. Like, unless I'm literally physically can't stand, like, I will be there sitting. I will be here sitting in my chair. I'll be playing the game. No more being boozled for me, because that
no, you now have me. I need to test it. Need to test it.
Yeah, no, you got to test
with
it
how,
first. Yeah.
how our bodies are. You need to test that, because it physically made me so ill. I couldn't do the remainder of the hunt. It was like 2 or 3 days left of the hunt, and I was in the bed, literally, like, could only make it to the bathroom if I needed to, and had to go, like, bed, couch, bathroom, bed, couch. Like, it was bad. It was just something did not react right with. Some people have iron stomachs, not me. Apparently.
No,
What's the so kind of on that thought, what's the worst milestone or incentive have you both had to endure? What's the worst one?
Oh, what's yours? Well, I think
mine.
Yeah.
Mine was the strips. When I did the wax strips to my stomach, that was pain I've never felt.
See, men can just do so many more dumb things for incentives, and I would love.
Like, we already shave.
Yeah,
we
can
do
I?
that.
I'll wax my lip for an incentive. I need to do it anyway. Like, let's go. Like, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I feel guilty of saying I've got.
No, it's
options,
painful.
guess,
it's there. It's funny. It's
I don't understand the whole wax thing, and I was smart enough to buy the smaller ones. I know Panda Levy used the wider strips, and I was like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself. And he did. The fatal flaw that I did originally, when
you pull the wrong way,
put them on, you have to put them on the wrong way, and you also have to go north south and go south up to north with our stomach hair. And he went east to west. It was a big mistake. So,
no.
Yeah.
It's
how about you guys?
I mean, like I said, I think it was the being boozled put me on my.
Was
ass.
your worst?
That was the worst one. Last Borderlands 3 hunt, I don't like sour stuff. I can't really do sour stuff. I don't deal with it well, like just eating it. And so last Borderlands 3 hunt, I got the mega sour blue raspberry balls off Amazon. If you know the ones I'm talking about, they look like they have like huge pieces of like citric acid on them. They do. And it's almost like you're just, I mean, it is so bad, but my dentist told me I'm not allowed to do them anymore. Because I already have not great teeth because of the like, my teeth were not like great anyways before RA, but then the methotrexate,
it fucks up your teeth. Yeah.
It fucks up your teeth really bad, and no matter how much you try and everything. So she told me I'm luckily no longer on that. But I still I'm getting the residual effects from it, now. And she pretty much told me, she's like, what happened? I went, well, I did some charity incentives. And she goes, what do you mean? She goes, I was eating really sour candy. She goes, the citric acid is literally eating away at your enamel. They had to put me on prescription fluoride toothpaste.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Because so I'm not allowed to eat sour candy. So I can't do the bean boozle. I can't do the sour candy. And my other immunocompromised friend was just like, I said something about spicy because I don't do spicy well. She's like, nope, you can't do that either. If you can't do the sour and you can't do the bean boozle, she's like, you can't do the spicy either.
That's why I don't trust spicy.
It's
yeah.
So what's
Pascal just have to do all of the bean boozled and all the spicy.
That's fine.
You're making me feel so good about this. It's gonna be great. I don't know what my worst one is. I think people honestly, it's not even a charity incentive. I need to take hydrate off my fucking channel points because the amount of people who come in and just try to drown me all at once, so they just spend the next 5 minutes pouring hydrate redeems.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was me.
Them off. I'm taking
It's
them
not just
off of
you.
my points. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually, for the hunt, I usually take off my stretch, my
Base,
hydrate, and what's the other one? My treat, maybe?
Yeah.
Take your treat off.
And my sky treat. So like people can.
Yeah, I have a Remy treat one. Yeah.
So I take those off during the hunt, and I make them donation incentives. They're small incentives, but like there's still donation incentives that they can do.
I may make hydrate $1 because fuck that. Like, no, people 100%. And then I will have to stop stream and like chug water, refill water, and then I immediately have to pee because I have the bladder of a child and I can't handle it. And I don't know. This hunt may be the worst because I'm debating doing a how do I say this? A happy juice for every $100 dono. Just a little
juice?
Just a little juice. Just a little, like maybe 2-second pour of a juice.
Yeah, a drink.
Yeah, just a refreshment. Yeah, just a refreshment for every $100 dono. And because quote, make Drunk Lion cheaper, and I said Drunk Lion is cheap, and debating. So that maybe this hunt I have the biggest regret, but I don't know. Like first hunt, I was getting in full ass Handsome Jack cosplay after a full day of work at like fucking 11 p.m. to do midnight streams kind of stuff. Like that's why I was like, I'll do the makeup this time. I'm not getting in the whole thing. I'm not wiggling my way into a binder right now. I'm not doing this. I'm not changing. Like I will do the makeup.
Think about that. Yeah. Oh, because I got some goods on you.
I do, and I need a really good binder for it. And it is difficult to get up by myself. It is difficult to get off. It is probably still sweaty in a bag somewhere from the last con. And then I also have a waist one to make my hips look less feminine. And it's a whole thing. And it's no.
Yeah. So you don't want to get yourself into all that and then be not comfortable while you're streaming as well, right?
Listen, I can't be hot and Jack and comfortable. Like that can't be it. So we got to pick one. Do I look good when I start the day in the hunt and it deteriorate as we go, or do I look like Jack the entire time and then I'm like in all these different posture stuff and like layers
in your arms and your feet and that. So.
Well, that's bold, assuming I have circulation, but
I think you're gonna see like with me with like doing my makeup or whatever. Like
I'll start strong. I'll start strong.
I'll start strong too, and then I'll slowly be like, fuck the eyeliner.
No.
Screw the eyebrows.
Especially when I'm having to stream on like insane work days, like when it turns into like, okay, I'm trying to stream every day, but I'm doing it after like a work day. Oh my god, am I getting an eyeshadow after that? Like no, like it's fine.
I don't even do that normally.
No, I'm gonna try to do my hair. It's so funny though because like I'll put on like concealer or something like pretty much every time. Like I've gone way lazier with them, like whatever, you guys see me. But like, oh my god, if I put on eyeliner one day, they're like, oh my god, Lion's actually wearing makeup. I'm like, when I don't wear makeup, you guys go like, do I need to call for a wellness check on you? Like you like no. So I will do my hair on the first day, so it hopefully holds the whole week with some dry shampoo, so it just like looks. No, I have so many hats. I'm like, as long as it looks smooth, and then I can like hat it the end of the few days, so I can just like when I shower, like pull up my hair, and not if it's just blown out, if it looks okay, and I put in effort that one day, then it's fine. So we can start looking hot, and then by the end, we're gonna see me like just probably screaming at my screen, going, "Why does RNG hate me, Randy? What did I do to you?" And just like losing my mind. So.
Yeah, I never like pull up my hair because I don't like
my face with it pulled up. Yeah.
With it pulled back. So you might see me with like I have a little clip or whatever. I might just end up pulling up.
Oh yeah, by the
end, I don't know. I think you two are being very hard on yourselves.
We are, but it's it's accurate.
That's how it works.
Again, eyebrow. You guys missed the whole thing where we're talking about like our eyebrow height kind of thing, and like
yes.
Like,
I got educated on eyebrows today. I've never heard such a conversation before.
I need this one up to match the other
literally,
one. Anybody
in
chat will be able to tell you.
Like, no, 100%. If you see me in person, like this eyebrow, I'm probably holding up a little bit, just like muscle, and then I have to like even it out if I'm looking in the camera.
Like right now, I'm getting people's elbows. I'm getting the people's eyebrow from both of them right now.
No, it's fine. I just need
Yeah.
my face would be so much more open if they were just a little bit higher. But since they're slightly mismatched, and then my eyebrows are very boxy to begin with, and then I can't tweeze them because then they don't grow back as my eyebrows decide here. They just don't exist, and so then I have to fill them in if I want them, and then they look so 2016 eyebrow. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Eyebrows change a face mask. They really change a whole face, and it's just a little bit. Like I remember,
I'm never gonna have them shaved off, folks.
Bro,
just
Telepath thinks I'm crazy. Telepath and I had a blowout fight one day, and it started because we were talking about Jennifer Lawrence's eyebrows, and it like turned into this whole thing where it turned into like a whole thing about like just body image and stuff like that. We were talking about work she may have gotten done. She has great eyebrows, but I was talking about like she definitely had like brow filler, like that Botox thing here. I'm like her face is more open than it was on like this presser kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that's the kind of thing I want. But like we're both autistic little nerds, so like Telepath thought we were fighting about Jennifer Lawrence's eyebrows, and I was like, no, we're talking about body image issues and this whole thing and it was a whole thing. But anytime we're like in a disagreement or like we're not on the same page, I'll just be like, it's not about the eyebrows, like it's just focus kind of thing. But no, it's a whole thing, and like they think I'm crazy is the point when I talk about eyebrows mattering this much. When I first got baby Botox in my forehead all those years ago, we were going to go film something, and like it takes like 2 weeks for it to kick in, whatever, and it was just like this little bit like here. We were literally in the car, and my friend who like my best friend who also was like getting it done, and like we're both in this movie that we were filming and stuff. And I've been like, no, Telepath is crazy. Like, it matters. Like, I know what you're talking about. I see that droop in your face. Like, we're just being brutal, honest actors with each other, right? Yep. And so we're literally stopped at a rest stop, and Telepath's like, I don't know if I told you, you've just looked really good lately. I don't know what it is. You're just like, you just look really good. And Kayla, my best friend, just looked at me and went, it's the eyebrows. Like 100%. We're like, no, like she knew. She was like, no, it's the subtle Botox hair that just kind of opened things up and fix that eyebrow. And it's like, I can't tell what's different about you. You just look really good lately. And I get like, when I get really in my shit, I like just think about that. I'm like, don't bring up, be like, yeah, I don't look as good as I did then, do I? Because I don't have the Botox. It just, eyebrows matter.
This side of my face, way inviting. This side, I'm a bitch.
Well, that's the thing. One of my teeth is like the worst. And so it's like which profile I'm using for whatever. So yeah, one looks like resting bitch face and one looks like a little, like it just,
I've had to look up baby Botox, and I didn't know that was actually a thing.
It is a thing.
So much today.
It's a small amount of units for Botox, yes. And so like, because they put like 40 in the master muscle for TMJ, which is amazing. And I swear by it, if you have TMJ, get master Botox. But
simple solution. I'm just not going to lose weight. It keeps all the wrinkles away, and you just look.
No, see, I've been gaining weight recently, and it does the opposite, where my eyebrows are just folding in more. I'm like, stop it! There's no winning. You need collagen in your face when you're losing weight, or then you're going through a health crisis and you're gaining weight, and your face just looks rounder again, and suddenly your eyebrows are droopier again, and you're like, I just fixed one of you. You both can't be doing this right now.
I love this eyebrow debate.
I know. I think this is really the heart of St. Jude Play Live, and the hunt is eyebrows.
It really is, because every hunt, it's always shave your eyebrows for the kids, and I can't.
Me too. I'm like, what eyebrows?
What eyebrow? They disappear halfway. This is why I'm not allowed to tweeze them. Yeah. No, but I'll tell you. We talk about like gender euphoria, like when people are like, "Oh, I suddenly feel affirmed in my gender, and I feel like really like peak me kind of thing." Nothing makes me feel hotter in the world than when I do Jack's eyebrows on my face. Like, of all the Jack makeup, of all anything, like getting into Jack is very much like, ooh, hello, sexy. I like this here. Like when I look good in Jack, I look good and my face is like cooperating. It's great. But because I'm like, I literally use, to make his face longer, I literally use medical tape on some cons up here to bring this up to the wig cap a little bit more, so I have more canvas. And then when I draw the arch here and like do that, it just fills in the eyebrows. And when I first do it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a king. This is me. This is gender. This is everything. It is truly the peak moment. The man has perfect eyebrows.
Everything in the world seems right at that exact moment. Yeah,
it does.
Donuts taste better. The air smells cleaner.
It helps my contours. Like the eyebrow has to be something I do after like the mask is partially done, but I haven't drawn in the lines, obviously, because that's the last step. So I just have like this insane contour, and so my cheekbones are popping, and my eyebrows are just like perfect and filled in. And like I'm just like, oh my God, they're so high arch. They match perfectly. This is great. This is peak. Nothing's better.
So how much for both of you for eyebrows being removed for the hunt? How much?
No.
Silence.
No.
Listen,
that's
there
your
was
answer.
silence.
No.
If someone were to come in with like a $5,000-$10,000 dono for St. Jude, and we did that, and they paid for my microblading to go get something replaced for a bit while they grew back in, then maybe, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, sure.
A dollar amount and when, because I
would do it same day if I had a microblading appointment for after the hunt.
No, because I'm going away afterwards, and I gotta look half decent for my wife. She will kill me if I got no eyebrows, and I gotta. Oh, sorry, honey, I gotta look pencil on my eyebrows today. Should I look surprised or should I look angry? I should be angry.
Listen,
have no
I have trauma from cutting off.
It's like I always told people I could do like angry eyebrows by using my fingers as like.
I can draw angry eyebrows on you. I can draw the Jack eyebrows on you, and you can see how you feel in them. They'll be very cartoony because it's a thing.
When we the next time we meet, we'll do a little bring your
makeup
pencil.
test.
We'll practice.
I can just do Jack makeup on you. It'll be amazing, but your beard might get in the way. But it'd be amazing. But no, I have trauma. I have trauma from my eyebrow because when I'm a younger sister and I didn't know what tweezing was. I was also a latchkey kid, so I was just left home alone like all the fucking time as a child, right? And so my sister's like 6.5, 7 years older, and I saw her tweezing her eyebrows one day in the mirror, and I was like, oh, interesting. And I was like 6, 7 years old, left alone in the house. And I took a pair of scissors and cut off half of my eyebrow thinking I was doing what my sister did. And then was like, oh, I feel like I should have done that. And then I got home and they were like, what happened here? And I was like, oh my God, I was like cutting a piece of paper. My hand slipped. Can you tell this trauma is so deep seated that I remember my excuse from when I was 6 or 7 years old? But like it like slipped and like cut off my eyebrows, the whole thing. And so I was missing half of it. And I swear to God, they've never grown in right since. Like this eyebrow just, no. And my eyebrows do not look right. They do not naturally have this. So I don't touch them. I like every so often have to go in and be like, okay, you have to remember, you have to like tweeze between like on your nose kind of thing, or need to clean up some stray hairs kind of stuff, but I will not touch them because they will not grow if I touch them. Like I used to try to get them threaded, and then I was like, no, they disappear. Like I can't, they won't fill in.
No to the eyebrows. I'm just going to throw it out there for both.
Unless someone wants to be a sugar daddy for microblading, then okay, then fine. Yeah,
come be our sugar daddy. I'll join in on this one.
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously, if we all had sugar daddies for the hunt, there's a lot of dono like incentives. I feel like it'd be like if someone could just pay for the fix of this later or the replacement for that, then yeah, I'd be open to that. But I unfortunately have to keep my day job.
Yeah, we'll blow up bridges as long as somebody else will repair them. It's all good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Ugh.
Okay.
See, I don't know. Every time you do that now, I'm starting to see like she's got the pipes. Did you see her arms? You see what she's doing? Look at her arms.
No, I'm scratching
you
my
guys
head.
can't.
No, I was saying that earlier when she went to like pull up her hair. I was like, damn.
I know, it's like.
What are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
Ass arms. Look, it's all flat.
No, but they're toned. Like I feel like if you flex, like I see, baby. You're missing out.
Yeah. No, listen, I've been
some
doing
scandalous
PT.
content.
And I'm
all flabby.
When I was in high school.
I can't believe I shouldered that. There you go.
I'm not even going to
I
try
played third
anymore.
base, so I was always throwing, and this arm was always like super toned and all that stuff. And then this arm was kind of like, meh.
See, I had the opposite effect because I was a marching band, and so all of your weight like was held on one hand because like you're holding the instrument with your left, and then like this is like the play hand kind of stuff. And so this arm got really toned through high school, and this one just it was held up a lot.
I was piccolo, so technically, but I guess both of my arms kind of was like up, but
it was both arms, but like the mellophone was like holding this, but then my calves were shredded. Yeah. My calves were fucking shredded in high school. It's that marching band. It's that heel arch ball toe, baby.
Yeah.
Dragon tuba through the snow.
I was in good shape. In high school.
I was on good shape, but had some muscle, man. My sister did all that. Again, the RA as a child kind of shot me in the face for doing any sports, but my sister, man, she was basketball star.
Kept up.
Oh, she was she lettered?
Like doing sports and stuff. I probably I don't know if I would have gotten. Like, I think me kind of slowing down in life after high school and stuff is what caused my RA to come about so early.
I want to blame 3-year-old me for that, too. Like, 3-year-old me go get in gymnastics. It would have been great. But no, my sister did let her, yes. She coached, because she was a coach for a while. One of the like star players of like the women's Stanford team right now, she coached when they were in high school, kind of thing. Like it's very
Really?
Yeah, she had a basketball scholarship. She did the whole thing. She freshman year was on the freshman JV and varsity teams. Like she was a basketball player. I am not.
How does she do in Borderlands 3 though? Like
she can't play board. She called me one day, Katie, I love you. She called me one day, FaceTime me at like midnight. And I was like her time midnight, because she's East Coast. And I was like, she has kids. Like, what's wrong? Oh my God. Like, we don't talk this frequently. What's going on? And I was like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. And she was clearly playing a game, because I could see her eyes, everything. You know the look when someone's playing a game when they call you, but people who don't frequently play games, like, don't like, whatever. So she's doing something. Yeah. And so it's just like the kind of glow, and it's just like that. So like hands were off screen, but like whatever. I was just like, what are you doing? And she was playing Hogwarts Legacy they got on Xbox instead of PlayStation, or instead of her Switch. She was playing on Xbox. And she was like, Carly, oh my God, this is going to blow your mind. Like how big this world is. And I was like, oh baby. Oh, sweet summer. Oh my God. Okay. This.
No, did you let her go on?
I let her go on. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I'll check it. Like I was nice about it. I didn't go, oh baby, I literally at one point I think I just went, is this your first like semi-open world game? Like open, what have you played? Like trying to find any like bar of comparison, because like we grew up with like the PlayStation and like a Wii and stuff like that, but she didn't like game. Like we played like some games on Sega Genesis that were like, you know, kind of, but I don't remember anything that she would have like played. And so it was like, have you like heard of like Cyberpunk or like Skyrim or like any of those like things? She's like, oh no, I you know, like my nephew is like plays like Minecraft, and there's, you know, a game called Roblox that they really like, and they were like going on the thing. I was just like, I'm just going to let her have this one. I'm going to let her tell me about how massive and huge Hogwarts Legacy is and all this stuff. Because it was just like, no, like Zelda on the Switch was like her comparison for like everything, which is like great game. Completely different, whatever. So like, no. But it's funny because I see stuff about Borderlands and they'll call to be like, did you know this? Is this a thing? What does this mean? Is this worth seeing? A lot of movie related stuff usually, and that's it. They're like, who's Handsome Jack in the movie? I'm like, he's not in the movie. Don't worry about it. Well, maybe that's why I didn't do as well, because you weren't in the movie as Handsome Jack. I'm like, I promise you that would not have saved the movie.
I've watched it several times already. I still pick things out of it each time.
I watched twice.
Yeah. I saw it twice in theaters
to see it.
Yeah, and then I have watched it at home, and it's been on in the background a couple times.
Yeah, I've watched it. Well, like I went with Courtney.
Yeah,
to the theaters to watch it. Got my bucket, like my little popcorn bucket and all that stuff.
Had to get the popcorn bucket.
And then a month later, when it came to be able to buy it at home, Jesse and I sat down and watched it, and he was like, meh, it was okay.
Yeah, that's been most
people in the song. For him.
Yeah.
Jesse's not an adamant Borderlands player though.
No,
he likes the games.
He's super excited for 4. He literally he's like there's nothing. He's like there's literally nothing that I'm excited for until Borderlands 4.
No, I'm the same. Like,
and him excited is like, I'm gonna play it.
Dude excited. Yeah.
like
there's a new game. I'm gonna get it.
Like me. He's not like me when it comes to being excited for like Borderlands. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be fun.
That's his next game that he wants to try. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I think he re-downloaded Division 2 because I re-downloaded Division 2 and was playing it because Paskaroni was like, come play with me. And then we haven't played since. And
it's fine. That's asking me to play Fortnite.
Character. And ended up creating another character because I played previously. Like I played when it first came out, and then I was like, I need to get back into it. So I've been playing that a lot, playing a lot of Adamfall, and it's been pretty fun. But I'm excited to get back into some Borderlands with the hunt. It always gets me like that few times a year that we come around for the hunt. I don't play Borderlands leading up to the hunt because I'm like, I don't want to get too burnt out and then not want to enjoy myself during the hunt. So
it helps me get out of burnout for a minute. Like I'm pretty burned out on it right now. And I think a lot of it's just like we're waiting for 4 and their stuff. And again, like I'm impressed of how much we have milked this, very old game now in comparison, like
Yeah.
things. And so
Crazy.
it's what it is, and it comes in waves like anything you do every day. But the hunt, I feel like, will always pull me out of it a little bit. And I get excited about the drops, and that's why I'm really glad we have the world drops again, because again, all the rules are there to make it viable for both console and PC players. So it's not just like only the speedrunners who are on PC who have these things and these mods and these whatever. Like it makes it even across the board. And that was the argument for world drops of like they're so rare. This balancing is so fucked up in BL2 anyway. It's like the excitement for it is worth it, and it's like usually it's drops that you could easily get anyway. Like you're rarely going to get the drops. They're going to be something that lets you avoid a big farm. And so having those world drops and being able to have that excitement for it, I feel like it gets that gambling thing in my brain of being like, okay, if I play like 20 more minutes, maybe I will get a random drop. Or like if I see a loot midget, I'm not just like, oh fuck, now I have to deal with this loot midget.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe this will help me do it, but that could actually do it. Maybe I go farm that for a bit. It feels more fun. And I think also elevates like the more casual players too, to make it feel attainable to finish the hunt. Like you're not being punished for playing the game and getting these drops and then still having to like go around and like slog around and do it. Like if you get lucky and get a drop, that is part of the game. That is part of the mechanic. That is not barred between consoles and PC and stuff. And I think adds a layer to it. Like we have the people who are so optimized are going to like speed through it anyway. But like, I don't know. There's just there's something special about it where it just triggers part of my brain where I'm like, oh yeah, I fell in love with this series so hardcore. And the hunt reminds me of that every time.
Yeah. I think it also adds to like, I know I'm not going to be as fast as Deceptix. I know that going in, I just know that I'm going to be at my own pace, and that's fair. But if it now gives me the balance that, hey, I might actually get to do a little bit farther than I did the last couple of times that we've played BL2, then to me, that feels like it's more encouraging now that I can go, hey, I've only ever gotten this far in 10 days.
Yeah.
I've actually blown through way beyond my personal best. That is like for me, that's the hero cookie moment. Yeah. So to me, it's more of the personal achievement than it is the collective, where am I going to rank, on the leaderboard?
Oh, yeah.
I know that, it's going to take one donation and I can set it back to 0 again. So,
like Deceptix is like a fighter jet, and like I'm a horse and buggy. Like
I'm a dude on a skateboard who doesn't know how to ride a skateboard.
One sold amoeba.
I was so genuinely just. I think that's why I'm excited for like the glitch unlock now that we have, where we like, if you guys haven't seen, there's like a community goal where like if community wide we hit 20K, then you can use glitches on level 80 like OP raid bosses, which is the like huge deal, because it's people like me who just like, I'm never gonna go try to the OP level Terra in the hunt. I'm not gonna do it now. Okay, well if I can use glitches, then like if I got there, maybe like and that's something that's not barred. Like you can do that on console, you can do that on PC, and it makes something like in my brain go, maybe I could actually do that this time. Like
now I've got some fight to get to that point.
Yeah, it gives me. Listen, I'm a Tennessee Vol fan. Our sports team always fucking sucks, and I'm still convinced myself every game has to be played. We're gonna get there. This is our year. And I gaslight myself every fucking year, and it's that same feeling of like, rather than going into defeatist, going, well, I'm never gonna finish a hunt, and I'm not gonna do something. It's like, ooh, that's a new goal to have. That's exciting. Maybe I could actually do it this year. Am I going to? Probably fucking not. But what if I do? Like I could now. Like I'm not. I could solo raid boss farm. I could.
Yeah.
It's
watch somebody's video of how to do it, because I don't know how, all the tactics and stuff. Like, you just.
But now there's a chance. It's not like you have to have the perfect conference call to go do this thing, to have the grog, to go whatever. It's like it just changes the game a little bit, and it's fun.
Yeah. And I think that's where we go back to that win-win scenario too. It's like we're helping, if we can get to a certain point donation wise, there's our first win, because now we're helping out St. Jude Play Live. Then we get a reward because now we get to now exploit something, which, for like you said, a lot of us, we won't feel like we want to even get there, because why? But now there's an incentive saying, hey, you know what? Now there's a chance that I could possibly land one of those rare weapons I would never see the time of day in 10 normal days. So
like me going to go do Hyperius in the hunt is never going to happen now. Okay, if I'm feeling crazy in the last 2 days and we're there, like
I've watched a few videos.
I've studied
the hidey hole.
I
know where the hidey hole is now, so
and then one of us, we can be playing like Maya and just res each other back.
Exactly.
And forth.
Then-
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So are we when are we setting the date that we're all at OP levels so we can, because don't we
I'm
still
not
have to be
going
within
into OP levels. Are you
Fuck OP
crazy?
levels. Fuck OP levels.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
No.
goodness.
Borderlands
That is
2, I love you. You're
fine.
in-game
Do it.
balancing. What the fuck? What the point? What is the
Never
point?
know.
What, guys, you know that I'm never gonna make it that far anyhow. though.
Fine. I'm gonna
What did you
say
make it to
the
last year?
10th.
What level?
Who, me?
Yeah. What level did you make
I
it
don't
to
even
last
remember.
year?
I got stuck farming Uranus and just kept the jokes going for like a day and a half, and that was it. That's,
I finished in TVHM, I think. I was farming Uranus
Yeah, I
and
think it was-
TVHM or UVHM.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
we're
think-
done. Yeah. I think it was UVHM because I was
I-
getting pearls. Yeah.
Yeah. UVHM. I got to 80, but
I did not get
I didn't.
80.
I did
No.
some Hyperius with K6. I killed some. Did I kill Pyropete? Yeah, I did some Pyropete. I did some of the crystal farmings. Got all of his drops. It took me forever though because like people kept deleting my shit. Like I have incentives so that like if you donate a certain amount, it's a decent amount. I'm not gonna make it easy on you. You're gonna have to like these are single donations. Like you want to delete what's in, or I do sell because then at least I have money. I can go buy something else.
Yeah.
But like if you donate a certain amount, I will sell all of my equipped gear. If you donate an even larger amount, I will sell my whole entire backpack, including equipped gear. The only thing that excludes is the Vault Hunter's Relic and the Mysterious Amulet, because those are two things that you need to be able to farm 2 of the drops. So, but everything else is like pretty much fair game. So, but so it depends on how many times people make me sell my stuff.
I've
Depends on
thought
how long
about
it'll take
doing
me to
something
get
like that with like a donation matching one, like where Tiltify one I'll let you do like that. I'm like, okay, if someone does something like that, then I'll sell my backpack if we do that and we hit that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it just so many caveats come in.
Mine's set up sort of like Mystique's, but I just realized something. Keyword, I said drop, you said sell. I think I'm going to switch mine to sell so I at least have the cash so I can so I can actually buy something, so I've got a fighting chance still.
And I usually word it that I will sell at the next vendor.
Yeah.
Like I will sell when I hit the next vendor. I also like I said, you want to make sure you put in there that you cannot, the Vault Hunter's Relic cannot be sold, and if you have the Mysterious Amulet, that cannot be sold. Because the thing is like I know, but like you need the Vault Hunter's Relic realistically to get the Cobra.
And I'm not getting the Cobra.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna get to the Cobra.
No, I'm not gonna.
But yeah,
Not
so like
getting
I've
that.
done that. I've done no legendaries for 10 minutes. No grenades for
No,
5
I can't.
minutes.
There's a line I will not cross. Damn it.
What? You won't do no grenades?
I want legendaries if they remove them.
See,
But
I could do no legendaries. I can't do no uniques. Blues are where I live, and so if people go to take my legendaries, I can get a crutch off the Fibber and the Lady Fist, and we can move on and we can do stuff like that. The Moxie weapons, like we can move on with our life. You
like
take
your
away
red flavor text. Yeah,
I do. Give me my red text, baby.
Yeah.
In Borderlands 3, when you get to Mayhem 10, it's a little harder to do that. No legendaries because blues and purples and all that shit suck. But yeah, Borderlands 2 is easy. So.
Yeah,
3 is easier to drop weapons. It's harder to drop weapons.
Because world
than
drops
2.
are like
2 is so scarce. No, horrifying.
But that's why I bumped it up. So like I imported all my incentives from Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
So my Borderlands 3 hunt, I imported all of the incentives, and then I just I didn't do the I think one of them was like it's easy to do certain things in Borderlands 3 compared to Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
No vehicle in Borderlands 3, a lot easier.
Yeah.
No vehicle in Borderlands 2, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. So, and then I think I did no shield in Borderlands 3. I'm not doing it on Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I've thought about doing a go get the Bane kind of stuff and use the Bane for X amount of stuff. And I'm like, but it would slow down so fucking much. Is that worth it?
Somebody said that they were doing one where they will get the Bane and they have to go kill a boss with it. That was an incentive.
I was like, that's the thing. There has to be a cutoff for that, because then if it's just use the Bane, then it's
they
I
have to kill a boss or whatever. So.
I might send this to you afterwards, Mystique. Just take a look at it. I will change the verbiage, but yeah, I'm thinking the values might be a little bit too low. This is kind of hard.
I'm still filling out my
bumped mine up a
incentives.
little bit. So like in Borderlands 3, I had them set at a certain amount. I think for my cell equipped gear and cell backpack, I bumped it up by like $50 each. So like if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
so
I just looked at mine.
Like
yeah.
my cell equipped was 100 in Borderlands 3. I think I bumped it up to 150. And then I think my cell, I think it was like, I can't remember what it was, but I think my cell backpack was either like 150 or 200. And I think I bumped it up another 50 as well. Because like it is so much more difficult to get that gear back in Borderlands than it is in Borderlands 3. So like we're gonna make you work for it, guys. It's not gonna be easy to mess with us this year. No.
Which I'm still filling out my incentives. So if you have ideas in the next 24 hours, send them my way. Because
I was gonna send you one, but I've already backspace deleted the eyebrow issue, so we're out of that one. So
well, we can just
I'm sticking.
Yeah,
I'm sticking
group
on
chat.
that
Group chat. I don't even have my milestones yet. I have concepts of milestones, and then I have a lot of the individual ones worked out, and then I'm like question mark on some of these. Like I'm hoping tonight I just get hit with a like stroke of genius, just lightning bolt of that's the thing.
I think I have 3 milestones worked out for 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000.
Nice.
I don't know if I want to talk. I don't know if I want to say them. Though.
No, see,
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to say them. I might. The thing is like I feel like if I say them, that'll incentivize. But I feel like if I do say them like at the start and be like, "This is what we're working towards. Like this is what our main goal is. But these are stretch goals that you guys can work towards."
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I think it will incentivize people because people know that I don't like a certain game.
Oh,
you know.
Yes,
you know.
I do.
So or certain style of games. So and I'll send them to you after Pask and Lion and or when we stop recording or whatever, I'll tell you what they are. But
I already know one of your mods is going to torment you with that too. So
well, I already know a bunch of people are going to torment the $10 Ava compliments.
So I'll tell you this much: like if there's something that is like the debate of telling them up front, and again, me using a slider to try and keep it more of a tease. The thing is the hook, and you guys know that. Like you want them to feel like there is that next thing.
There is something to work for. Yeah,
there's something to, but you don't want to give. You don't want to give out the whole.
Yeah.
It's like a magic act, right? You want to kind of leave them
more exciting than mine, though.
That's the thing. Yours are exciting, and people want them. Is the thing. So mine will be like, okay, at $1,000, I will, I guess play Overwatch next week, and they're like, okay, I don't care.
What do you like? So it's very simple. Sometimes it's like a hate. What's your love-hate relationship with certain things? And as your community grows and gets to know who you are.
My chat beats a dead horse fast. That's all they do. They know I hate mayo. They've made mayo a bit. They want me to eat mayo on stream. That's all they want.
I've been there and I've helped out with that discussion. I love it. So why not run with it? That's
because it will make me sick.
Well, okay.
See, I don't hate anything. I like all food.
But that's the thing. There's not a lot of like gaming wise or stuff like that. Like I like horror games. I like, shooters. I like whatever. Like it's fine. Like
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Oh my god, like please, oh my god, don't make me play Overwatch next week, guys. Don't be crazy. Don't make me play Overwatch after the hunt. Why would you do that? Because they know I want to do it. I don't want to sit here and play Borderlands 2 until September 23rd. Okay, I want some BL4 news. I want some excitement.
So if it's like, and I always jokingly will add Barbie Horse Adventure to the conversation. But if
it's a great game. You know what? Well, actually, Barbie Riding Club is better.
I will just say, let's just put down the gauntlet and say, put out that game that you don't like, or maybe hint, and and you say this is where we're going to go on, a mysterious incentive. Or
I'm going to be real with you.
Yes.
I think people would be much more interested in seeing Paskaroni play a Barbie game from the 90s than seeing me play a Barbie game from the 90s. I think me playing a girly game. No, but I'm saying that kind of thing. Yeah. It's like, again, I've played Overwatch. I've done Baldur's Gate stream. I like other games, but I would love an excuse to go, let me play Carmen Sandiego. Let me play these old games. Let me play these scary games. I was almost a horror game streamer. There's nothing that I'm really adverse to. And so I feel like me going, guys, I'm going to show you the Nancy Drew games. I would love that. I don't think chat cares. I think playing the Nancy Drew games, people will be like, this is hilarious.
This is a great conversation because anytime when I was in art class in college, I had a really good teacher that would say, you need to get out of the same idea. You just keep going through a loop. So what you're going to do now is verbally, you're going to diarrhea all those titles that you know that you want to play until you get to the city limits, the speaking line city limits of titles that I would like to play. And then you're going to get onto the outskirts where there's no city lights anymore and it kind of smelly and the people don't have full sets of teeth. And you're going to get into those titles that you say, I would never be caught dead playing this game. And all of a sudden there's going to be a cornucopia of titles that you're going to list. And you're going to say, there is a title that I am willing to now play for X number of streams or days or whatever. And you don't have to do the Overwatches or the Barbies or the Nancy Drews or whatever. It'll be something that's over in the far fringes that you haven't really, you just keep going through the same.
I just don't think people enjoy watching me play stuff that they don't want to see as much as they would enjoy people like you. It's a big week coming up. Is there anything either of you want to talk about what you're going to do or plug what you're doing or just anything that you really want to highlight, excited about, or keep your secrets if you want, just where people can find you and what you are wanting to share?
For me, the biggest goal, like I've kind of switched gears with the hunts. I don't care about the points anymore. To me, where I am on the tote board doesn't really make a difference. Point wise, I don't care if I'm only hunting knuckle dragger for a hornet at the end of the 10 days. To me, it's all about just raising more awareness and resources for St. Jude Play Life. So will I have things that will make me or my wife very upset with me, embarrassed? Yes, I do. I have a doozy one, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to even record it, but we're going to figure it out somehow. To me, it's all about just having a lot of fun. If that's raiding into somebody and making that small streamer's day, coming in and bringing them into the fold on their first hunt, making that one person that comes out and does that nice little sentimental thank you, because my insert family member here was treated by St. Jude, and next thing we're all kind of like teary-eyed in that. I'm looking forward to that kind of stuff. It's those. After doing enough streaming like you both have done, we get to a point where streaming becomes, it's layered to the point where we forget what we did 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I was playing a game. I don't remember what I was doing 3 weeks ago, but every time a hunt comes around, I remember all the fun little moments that come through. Me eating a coconut cream pie without my hands, with just my face, and having it up my nostrils for basically a day and a half afterwards. I will remember that till the cows come home, because it's those fun little memory things. That to me is what the hunt is. It's about getting together, raising some awareness, some money, and having fun with a bunch of my fellow co-streamers and making some good memories. So I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm going to be exhausted and I won't be able to speak English or add math properly by day 10. And I'm looking forward to it. Twitch.tv/Paskaroni. I don't do CTAs too well for myself. I don't like to promote myself. I rather promote everybody else.
Okay,
the link is in the description.
Okay, guys, so you can find Paskaroni on Twitch. It's Paskaroni, Paskaroi. See, I can't even spell it. Pasca,
good enough.
Paska.
It's spelled how it sounds.
Roni, Roni. There you go. I can't spell. It's fine. But go follow him on Twitch. He's amazing. He streams normally every day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And also, we do co-op on Sundays. So,
yes.
Or Saturdays. Sorry, Saturdays. I'm an idiot.
What time zone?
No.
Yeah. Eastern.
There you go.
1 o'clock Eastern on Saturdays.
Eastern.
You know what? You do a much better job than I would have. So
okay, then you plug Mystique. Yeah, you plug Mystique now.
Well, you gotta wait until I do my thing, though.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing, and then Pasca's going to come in with a plug.
What was the question again?
Anything that you really want to highlight, you're excited about for the hunt, where people can find you, with stuff you either want to highlight you're looking forward to, you want them to get excited about, your favorite thing about the hunt, just whatever you want to. Floor is yours.
Yeah, so super excited this year. This will be my 10th hunt. I've done them back before it was the Borderlands community, and back then I was like I was like, I'm gonna win before I knew better. And I was like, and then I got to the point where like, if I don't win, I at least want to finish. And now I've gotten to the point, like after going to St. Jude last year and seeing everything, at this point, I'm just like, I don't care. Make me miserable by donating, and I'm going to raise as much money as humanly possible for the kids. That's what I look forward to every year. Like, if you donate to sell my whole entire backpack, I will be angry in the moment. But it's fine. I'm not actually angry. Like, I'm just, it's so do it. Sell my backpack, sell my equipped gear, do all those things. That I look forward to seeing those, and creating good content for you guys, and spreading the word about what St. Jude does, and how they're such an amazing cause. I am not excited for the milestones that I have. For the people that know, they know. I have 3 different milestones geared around that game that I do not ever want to play. I've never played it in my life, and I don't want to play it because I know I'll hate it. I know I will get really, 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 really angry.
What if you like it though?
But I won't. I won't. But those all the 3 big milestones, I am basing around that game in different ways. So the further we get, the more chaotic and crazy it will get. So I'm very excited for that. I'm excited and not excited, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time, and the community is gonna come together, and we're gonna meet new people. I hope this year. I hope we get new people that maybe we'll just pick up in the middle of the hunt and like be like, oh, I want to do this too. Like that's my biggest hope, is to try to get as many people educated about what the hunt is, so that they can either participate next time, or they can just go ahead and sign up and start participating now. The more people, the more eyes we have on it, the more hands we have in it, the better. So that's my hope, and that's my goal, I think. And also to raise a shitload of money. So. And
when do we see you? Oh, wait a second. I'm supposed to do that,
right?
That's
your job.
Yeah, that's my job. Oh, you're going to find MystiqueSiren, the awesome, always entertaining variety streamer over on Twitch TV /MystiqueSiren. MystiqueSiren.
I knew you were pulling up her page.
I pulled up her page already.
I saw you typing. I knew what was happening.
I made sure, because I didn't want to I'm not going to be able to spell. I can't spell to save my life. You see her Monday through Friday, various games. She might be playing Sons of the Forest. She might be playing Borderlands. She might be playing, I don't know, a little game called Division 3. She plays a lot of stuff. Usually in the afternoons, around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern-ish.
Yeah. He was close. He had a spirit.
And then Saturdays, she and I will bump heads, and we will play. What have we played? We've played. What was the first one that we played?
Overcooked.
No. Before that was the Chain Together.
Oh, Chain Together.
Oh, it takes
Chain Together.
Yeah.
So yeah, the co-op shenanigans that we do on Saturdays are usually a lot of fun.
Repo.
Chain Together, Repo. So we've done Sons of the Forest, Overcooked.
Yeah.
Division. We did Division once.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta keep doing. Well, soon.
Yeah. And we just discovered mods with Repo, so hopefully we'll do some crazy shenanigans within Repo here soon, once Ask is back from all the things that he's doing, and the hunt's over. So.
Oh, and what was the other thing? So what is the official amount that we have to hit to reach 500,000? It's 81 and change, right?
Oh,
I think so. Yeah.
Just the community,
it's just under 82,000, and then we'll hit that $500,000 marker for the Borderlands community group, which I think is phenomenal for the size that we are. It's such an impressive feat. So
definitely doable. 100%.
Yep. because of Mystique's and soon to be Speaking Lions incentives, we're going to make sure that we hit those marks within these next 10 days. So, folks, where do we find Speaking Lion? Do we get to like plug you now so we can both do
no
like
one cares about me. I get told I
no
talk
one
too much on my own podcast. No one cares about me. They're here for you.
So when do we see Speaking Lion normally?
Great question. If either of you know this, I will donate $50 to your campaign right now because I don't know it.
She hits live when she feels like it.
Yes.
And when her body tells her she can.
It's really a special thing that if you go to Twitch TV backslash Speaking Lion, I can't even talk anymore. I'm done.
I rubbed off on you.
Yep. I well, just say Speaking Lion is over on Twitch TV, and if you just follow her right now, guess what? There'll be a little notification that goes off when she goes live next. How about
I'm gonna
that?
be live so much during this hunt that it's gonna blow people's minds, and I know no one believes me, but I'm gonna do it because I'm so done with my day job anyway.
Real quick question: what do you have? I've never changed my go live prompt.
Oh, I change mine all the time.
Yeah,
do you?
Yeah.
I never changed my 4 years. I've kept it one line, and that's it. So, do you guys change it for the hunt?
Yeah, I'm usually like underdog hunting time, or I swear we're gonna get those points today. Like change it every day. Yeah.
Hunt day one.
Yeah.
Like, hunt day one Maya. Like,
yeah.
You know, yeah.
The title will usually stay consistent throughout unless I'm getting real frustrated, but the go live will sometimes, like, depending on my feral state, how behind I am, Like last time, since I had COVID and was late on it, I'm being like, better late than never, hunt day one, sick, blah, blah, blah kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I might change mine then. I've never done that before. Maybe that's something new that I can do, and I'll see if people even notice.
Oh my God. It'll be crazy.
I'm going to put MystiqueSiren and Speaking Lion told me to do this, ... and then I'll just put the filler in.
Yeah, they'll do it. 100%. It would. I would click on that.
Yeah.
Speaking Lion loves mayo, and turn to page 5 to see what game MystiqueSiren's loving, just enthralled to play next.
Yeah.
I already know. I know what it is, but I'm just.
I know you know what it is. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you guys what my milestones are after we're done. So.
Oh my goodness, this is awesome.
It's secret.
You're the best. You know that.
Thank you,
Paskaroni. Thank you, MystiqueSiren. Thank you, Borderlands community.
Yeah, thanks everybody for that's good. That's hearing this that are actually helping us out by. And there's the other thing too. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can't donate right now," and that's fine. I wish people would realize that sometimes just being in our channels and supporting us, or if you see that we're tweeted on or if we posted something on our socials and that fan the flames and just repost it or like it or just give it some a little bit of love, a little push forward so other people will see it. Sometimes that's all we need to just keep going through a monstrous day. Somebody that's worked and then has to come home and put on their handsome Jack face and start streaming for the community, and to see a few more people come into their chat and just cheer them on is sometimes you don't understand that that's what we need to complete a 10-day marathon that is the hunt. So
give me the energy. I will try to go live every single day of this thing, like day job aside, if the energy is there to do it. And that's the thing. That's 100%.
So
we'll be there.
It's one of those things where they say, "Oh, I can't donate," but you can do so much more. There's other things
you could tweet about it. You can retweet. You can
link.
Yeah,
family.
That's the thing. They don't even have to watch a stream. Send it to your family. Like go like, hey, tax deductible donation, your or business matching, things like that. Which no one was here at the beginning, but I'm just going to put this out there because I don't need it and I don't play Minecraft. But I got a McDonald's Minecraft meal before this started and never ate it, and it's sitting here. So if you're listening to this and you want the in-game exclusive of the Minecraft Bedrock edition of, I'm guessing, what is Birdie Wings? I don't know. There's a code here. Come donate any amount of money in the stream and tell me you want it, and I will send it to you. If it's a cent, I will send it to you for a cent. I will just save it up here for you because I don't play Minecraft. So
you listen to the whole podcast, and
you'll get for even just share. You don't even have to donate. Just share the link. And tell me you shared the link, and you will get this really snazzy Minecraft McDonald's exclusive that came from my.
It's very sparkly. It's caught
so
my attention.
Sparkly, and it's there, and it matches the little actual thing it came with. But I have no idea what it is. It just says in-game exclusive. So
I think it's the character from the movie.
That would make sense.
It's now going to be a thing in the game.
That would make sense. Either way, I have a fancy code. I'm doing a giveaway. Yeah.
I'm doing some giveaways too.
I have one for sure, and then I do one after the streams are done. I do a little thank you one after the fact when it's all said and done. So,
I'm thinking of doing a big thank you one, and then I have one that is potentially milestone. I have 2 potentially milestone locked ones, but I don't want this to be the only milestone kind of thing. So I'm just like, okay, like one's a lower one of like stuff, but yeah, I have a couple giveaways going on.
The problem is just for me doing giveaways is hard. Other than like giving away game codes, it's easy.
That's the thing. Country codes are hard, and that's the thing where I'm like, okay, well, like I wanted to do Gearbox Loot gift cards in a giveaway, but Gearbox Loot doesn't have a gift card thing, so it's like you have to like go through like PayPal or this whatever, and then the moment you get into all that, it gets so messy, and it's just like
it gets complicated.
Yeah. So it's difficult, and then again, I'm stuck at mailing things out because I don't have a working car and never leave my house, so it's like one of those things where I'm like, cool. I have stuff I could give away here, but I already have a list or like a stack of stuff I need to send out anyway. So I don't want to just keep adding that. I mean, like I'll get to it at some point. So have some ideas, but yeah.
So come to our streams and figure out what we're giving away.
Yeah, come make our lives miserable because we're sabotaging ourselves for the children.